Rhea 16, I guess. Sherika. After losing my virginity, so to say, I went wild, as mentioned before. But then after some time, after going through 20, I don't know, 25 more brief encounters, mostly what you call one night stand, even if it wasn't the night, it was during the day, mostly, I guess, due to circumstances which are not interesting at all, I guess. So Sherika, Dana was the name actually. Perhaps I shouldn't. I remember the other name too, but I shouldn't give it all. Starts with an A, family name. She was Sherika is not so revealing, but interesting aspect, pointing out to the fascination I have with names. I have a cat called Dugu. I had an Afghan hound called Okwe. I like interesting names, I guess. Emmanuel. Speaking of this, I've heard a funny, very interesting Man Booker Prize winner recently, and Vernon Got Little by BBC Pierre. Interesting assumed name for the author as well. Talks about some interesting things like a paradigm shift. You enter a room, you see a guy with a finger up your granny's butt. What do you think? Bastard, horrible. Then you find out that, in fact, he went beyond his awful feeling and finding out that there's the deadly bug or so that went up the ass of the granny. So in order to save her, he needs to pass the disgust and do this. What do you think now? A hero. Paradigm shift. And speaking of names, they speak about Immanuel Kant. Immanuel, I have a name there and I like that. Only in school they get it as Manuel Kant. Manual, what manual? They don't get it. And I have an automatic, like most Americans in their cars, automatic gear shift. And Kant, C-U-N-T, Kant, the female anatomy part. I don't know how. Sherika from Sherry, dear, and Sherika probably playing with them. It doesn't matter. One of the most beautiful souls I met, not the most beautiful, alas, person. She was attractive, she was nice, but and she had the most important part, this innocence, this grace, sense of justice, delicacy, valor, resilience, all that. I mean, she's been through thin and thick with this guy who was at the height of his prowess, just discovered sex. He wanted much more. He didn't have it. He didn't get any for 6 years, but kept hoping, wishing, and boiling with desire, repressed desires, and I hope I can't say I torture her, but I made it difficult. Some examples. Well, first of all, she was a virgin. I met other virgins, but this was the innocent, pure kind. I met virgins who, not hundreds, 10 more. but they just wanted to keep an appearance, a physical membrane. You know? Otherwise, they were interested in the options. She want anal sex. Okay, that's you're still a virgin. They opted for that. Or oral sex. Some. So that was not such a big issue for them. Just to, as I said, maintain a proof for a future husband. Um, then she had to have an abortion because we conceived a baby, so to say. And at the Black Sea coast, we went with Adrian. I guess it was also her brother for a while. There was this man from Pitești, forgot his name, famous for some of his funny observations. At one point, there was something he didn't like playing. Dă-i mai tare și oprește-l. Get the volume up and switch it off. That was one of his, and they stayed as a leitmotif after that. Eddie? No, doesn't matter. And we stayed in the same room, and we went to the nudist place in Costinești, up north near the sunken ship. And she would go for 20-30 meters swim in the sea, and I would immediately find someone in the entourage or on a tower nearby, and would jump in the water and getting close, ready to have sex there and then, I guess. And when she would come back, Sherika would see, would come back to scold me and reestablish order. I would just pretend I was giving swimming lessons or something. One night, she went to have the shower first because we had to take turns at the shower, obviously, being so many in one shower, one restroom. I went with Adrian to take some food or something, and on the way back to the room, mini hotels, we met a woman. Can we talk? That was my line most of the time. We worked quite well in 1 of 10 cases. I don't know, but still, 1 in 50, and still, I mean, you ask 50 times, 100 times, and then you have choice. Anyway, so this woman was very willing, ready for a date. She even took us to the room where they shared, which she shared with another one. Took her, didn't take all the clothes off, but just this. It's true at the seaside many may have this topless, but it was clear she was all set. So in the evening we played charade or whatever, and during the game I tried to slip out because I could score with that woman. Sherika saw, or she was always watching. She had this difficult case to deal with, this guy, and she found out. She went out and she saw the woman waiting on a bench near the door. You waiting for Alini? Yes, he's not coming. So there was one chance, but then the mountains. Next episode, I guess. Things started to get out of control. Next episode, I guess.